Welcome to the episode 2 of the Excel Mastery course. In this episode, we learn about all the features relating to the Home tab in Excel sheet. Hello everybody, I am Pooja, a chartered accountant, and I have an experience of working for Ernst& Young and KPMG. So all the videos relating to this series has been added to a separate playlist named Excel Mastery course. The link to this playlist has been given in the description below. Request you all to visit the playlist and watch all the videos in this series. Also guys, if you are new to my channel, I request you all to subscribe and hit the bell icon below so that you can get notified whenever I post new videos. I recommend you to open Excel on your system and try out the steps with me for better understanding. So in today's episode, we'll be seeing all the features relating to this Home tab. So the first feature here is clipboard. So let's start with this. So here I have entered some data, that is name of the student and their scores in the subject maths and subject science. So student name A, B and C. Now suppose if you want to copy the same data and paste it in other place, how to do this? So there are two options here. One is copy and paste, another is cut and paste. So first you will have to select this data. So whatever data you have selected, this is called a range. So first you will select this, then just click on copy here and then click wherever you want to get this pasted, click there and click on this paste. So the data will get pasted as it is. So this is one option. Another is cut paste. So to cut paste the data, first select the data and then click on cut. And now if you want to paste it here, just click here and click on paste. So the data is entirely disappeared from here and it is pasted here. Now we will see the keyboard shortcut to do this. So again, if you want to get back this data here, you will have to just click on this undo button. And again the data is gone back here. So now I will show you the keyboard shortcut for all this. So if you want to copy paste the data, what you will do is you will select the data and then you will press Ctrl C. So in order to copy paste the data using the keyboard, you will just select the data and press Ctrl C, and wherever you want to paste it, just press Ctrl V. So this is the shortcut. Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl plus V to paste. Same way to cut the data. So this is for copy, this is for paste. And then to cut the data, it is Ctrl X. So you will have to press these buttons simultaneously. This is to cut the data. So now to cut the data, just select the data and press Ctrl plus X and then paste it here. So the data is completely gone from here. And then suppose you want to undo this, it is Ctrl plus Z. So just press Ctrl Z and the data is gone back. This is for undo. So now we have learned these features, that is copy, cut and paste. We also saw the keyboard shortcuts, how to do this. So you can note down these shortcuts. And next feature we have here is Format Painter. So before showing this, first I will show how to use these font options and then we will use this Format Painter. So first I'll select this and here we have different font styles. So Arial, black. So different styles are there. Whichever style you like, you can make the font for that style. So suppose I will select this now. And then this is the font size. So we want to increase the size for this. You will just select this. So this is for the font style and this is to increase the font size. And here you can see there are two alphabets A and A. This is to increase the font size slowly. Like suppose you click on this cell and if you press this once, the size will increase slowly, and then if you press this, the size will decrease. So this is also for the same purpose. However, here if you click, you can see the font size here, and this step by step it will increase or decrease the font size. And the next option here is to bold. So suppose this entire data you want to bold it, just click here and press this. So this has got bold. So you can see this text has become bold now. And also the keyboard shortcut for this is Control plus B. So now I will select this and just press Control B, and you can see the data has become bold. And next we have italics. So just select the data and click on this. The data will become italic. And the keyboard shortcut for this is Control plus I. Just select this and press Control I. The data has become italic, and just press Control B. The data has become bold as well. And then we have underline option also. So suppose you want to underline, just click here. You will get single underline, and then for double underline also there is one option. Just select this and click here, double underline. So the keyboard shortcut for underline is Control U. So just select the data and press Control U. So the data will get underlined. And then here the next option you have is borders. So suppose this data what we have here, if you want to add borders for this, so if you click here, you can see different type of borders. So if you suppose click all borders, the entire data has been converted into border. Same way, suppose I will just write my name here, and we'll see the different type of border. So this, if you click, it's just bottom border. So same way there are different borders. Then you have top border. So bottom and top both are bordered now. Then same way we have left border, right border, all borders, and just if you want outside border, so the entire cell is bordered here. Then you have thick borders. So different types of borders are available here. And then if you want to draw the border, just click here, draw borders. So you have this icon activated now. So whatever cells you're selecting, see here a border, we can draw the border like this. Using this pencil icon, we can draw the border like this. So now this first icon, draw border, has created only an outside border. Now suppose if you click this, draw border grid, and if you select the cells, the entire cells will get bordered. And then we have this erase border option. So just click here and this entirely get erased. So you will be performing all these actions using the left click of the mouse.
That is double click.
And then suppose if you want to color the border. So now the eraser is activated. To deactivate, just click the escape button. And suppose you want to color this border here, and click here, and then just select line color. So just select suppose red color. And now select the cells and just drag and drop. See the red border has come here. And if you want different line style, suppose this style you want. So just select here. You can see this dotted lines have come. And to deactivate this, just press on escape. So here we have covered these features, and now we'll see this fill option here. So whatever data is there, suppose this heading you want to add some colors. So we'll be selecting this color here. And now the font color. Suppose you want to change the font color, you can change it from here. So we have changed the font color here. So now we will see the format painter option. So see, now suppose this same data we have written here, but the formatting is different. We have changed the font type and the font size here, and we have changed the color also. So instead of manually doing the same design for this, if we just want to copy paste the design with one click, what you will have to do is just select this range, click on format painter here, and this is activated now, and then just double click and drag here, and the entire format is copied here. So when you have large data in this way, easily you will be able to change the format. So now we have seen all the features of clipboard as well as font also. Now next we will see this alignment part. Now to explain this alignment part, I will just increase this column and row size a bit here so that we can clearly see this feature. So you can just drag and drop these lines so that the column and rows will get extended. So this first is top alignment feature. So I've just clicked on this cell, and if you click here, you can see our data has got aligned to the top. And next we have the middle alignment. So again the same data, just click here, the data has got aligned to the middle. And next we have bottom alignment. So if we just click here, the data is aligned here to the bottom. And next we have the left alignment. So just click here, the data has got aligned to the left. And then again we have the center alignment. So I just clicked here and the data is aligned to the center. And again we have the right alignment here. So click on this cell and just click here, right alignment. So just now I will select all these cells and I will align this to the middle alignment and also the center alignment. So this way the data will look better. So you can use this alignment to align your data this way. Next we have the orientation. So here the name, suppose I can change the angle here. So you can see that we have written this straight. So if you just click this, all the data is got aligned like this. Now suppose I will show you one by one. So this is aligned counterclockwise. Then we have aligned clockwise. Then we have vertical text. So suppose if there is any big name, like if I just add my name here, vertical text, so it has come one below another. Then we have rotate text up. Then we have rotate text down. So these are the different orientation. So now if we want to change this and make it like before, just click on the drop down here, click format cell alignment, and here in the degree just write 0 degree and just click OK. So now see here the data is aligned back to the same place. So now here we have the decrease indent and increase indent option. So now suppose here I have written my name and I have aligned it to the middle. And now if you want to move this away from the border, that is if you want to increase the indent, if you just keep clicking this, you can see the data is moving towards the right. And if we click this side, decrease indent, the data will move this side. So you can manually use this to format your data. So now we will see the feature wrap text and merge and center. So I will just add some data here. So I will just add your name, father's name, and then I will add the name of the subject. For example, maths, science. Then we'll have the result, pass, fail. So this is an example like of our mark sheet. So in most of the times in our marks card, we can see this format. So now if we see here, this father's name and this pass fail result, this data is coming outside the cell. So if we just click here and click on this wrap text, the data will get changed like this. And then you can just drag this column a little bit to adjust this. Same way for this pass fail, just click there and wrap text. And then just you can drag this a bit. So in this way, the data will get aligned correctly. So this is the use of wrap text. So whenever there is any big sentence and you want to get it within the cell. At that time you can use wrap text. So here I will write in this cell, my name is Pooja. And now we can see that this sentence has exceeded this cell. So just select the cell and click on wrap text. So now you can see the entire text has come inside this cell. So the entire text has got wrapped in this cell. So in this way, when any sentence exceeds a cell and you want to wrap it inside the text, you can use this option, wrap text. So now let's understand this merge and center option, okay? So I'll just write my name here. So there are different options here. So first option is merge and center. So now suppose first what I'll do is I'll select a couple of cells and I'll add some border so that we can easily understand this option. So now here I've added the borders. Now we will see this first option, merge and center. So if when I clicked this, the entire data got merged and it got placed to the center. This is the first option. Next we have merge across. So when I click here, we can see the data has got merged across. So each cell has got merged across. And the next option is merge cells. So when I did this, the entire data got merged and automatically the data got placed to the left corner. And next we have the unmerge. So suppose the data is merged now. So now the data has got merged and placed to the left corner. And if you just click unmerge cells, all the cells will get unmerged. So till now we saw all the options in clipboard, font and alignment. So next we will see this number option. So now here you can see there is a drop down. So whenever any text is written, so I have clicked on the sentence, my name is Pooja, it is appearing as general. Now here let me write some random number. So when I click here, you can see there is number option. So we can customize this here. So in case you want this in currency, you can change this. So the currency option will appear here. Same way there are different options here. So suppose if you write any date here. So when I clicked on this, you can see that this has automatically got changed to date. So there are different types of dates. So what we have written is short date. In case we want to convert this to long date, just click here. You can see here the long date has appeared, 20th June 2025. Same way there are different options. So if you want to use the percentage option, suppose you want to show 90%. So you can see here the percentage option has appeared. So you will just have to write 0.90 and then just select percentage here. So this will get converted to 90%. Same way there are various options here, general, number, currency, short date, long date, percentage, etc. And here I have some hypothetical sales data now. For example, this amount column, I just click here and if you click on this comma, you can see here in appropriate places the comma has come for the numbers option. And here you can see that there are two decimal points here. So these two are to increase and decrease the decimal. So if you click here, see the decimals have increased. And if we click this, the decimals will decrease. So now here this is the hypothetical sales data. So here we have the date, the product, the salesperson name. This is the quantity sold. That is the product is apple, orange, grapes. These are different types of fruits. And this is the rate at which it is sold. So here suppose, so for example, if we see here this column number F, this is quantity into rate, this is the amount. So here in quantity, if you want to show as 13 pieces have been sold. So when you write pieces here, this formula will get an error here. So this has generated an error. So how to correct this? Let's see. Just select the range and then click here number format. And then under custom, just delete this general and then write hash, and under inverted commas you can write this pieces, whatever you want to show there, and then click OK. So now you can see here under quantity, under each of the item, this pieces term is generated and also the formula is not showing an error now. So when there is a huge quantity of data, you can use these shortcuts instead of manually doing it. And for example, this column, you can select here and you can just click on this currency now. So the currency has appeared here and then we can delete the extra decimals. Same way for this column also, amount column. Select the currency option and then remove these extra decimal points. So the next option that we'll be seeing is styles. So under this we have conditional formatting, format as table and cell styles. So first let's see conditional formatting. So suppose in this column, column F, that is the total amount, here there are different type of conditions that we can apply. So suppose in this column we want to see the amounts that are greater than 1000 for suppose. So just select the column here and come here to conditional formatting. And then the first option, highlight cell rules greater than, and here just write 5000. And then here the color, whichever color you want, you can select that color. So there are various color options. So you can select yellow, green, and those cells greater than 5000 will get highlighted here automatically. So just select the color here, yellow color, and just click OK. So now in this column, automatically all the cells with the amount greater than 5000 would have got selected. So now we can see all the amount with greater than 5000 has been highlighted. And then the next conditional formatting. So less than. So if you want to see the sales less than amount 1000 suppose. So I have clicked OK here and see we can see all the sales less than rupees 1000 has been highlighted in pink color here. Next we have between. So if we want to see any sales, for example from 1000 between 3000 for suppose, and just click OK. Starting we have written 1000 and ending range 3000. So just click OK. You can see all the sales amount between 1000 rupees and between 3000. That is all the sales amount above 1000 and below 3000 has been highlighted now. Same way the next one is equal to. Suppose we want to see the sales which is exactly equal to rupees 2000 for example. So just click here. So we can see here there are two cells. All those have been highlighted. And next is text that contains. So now for this, I will take a hypothetical employee data. So suppose here we have this data and I will show the conditional formatting for text that contains. So now let's see the text that contains the name manager for example. Here we'll have to type manager. And just click OK, you can see all those with manager will get highlighted here. So using this, we can also find out if there is any duplicate data here. For example, I will click on this cell, the name. Let's see if there is any duplicate data here. So duplicate value. So we can see this name here, Pooja Mehta is coming 2 times. But here in the designation column, you can see one is team lead and one is executive. So that means both are different candidates. So this way we can see the duplicate data also. In case for both the candidates, the designation was same. At that time, it would be duplication of entries. And also there is one more formatting here. So let me go back to this hypothetical sales data. And there is one more conditional formatting here. A date occurring. So this data is the old one. So in case we have any data which is recent one, then you can use these filters. Date yesterday, today, tomorrow, and it will work in the same way, just like the other options. And then we have the data bars here. So now in this amount column, so I've just selected the data here. And again I'll come to this conditional formatting and I'll select this data bars. So we can see here, if I select this first bar for example, the amount which is high, this has a bigger bar. See this rupees 5,000, this bar is the longest bar. So same way we can use data bar option. And also here you can change the bar colors as well. So there are different colors available. And also this one more option I'll show you. Just select the data again. Come here to conditional formatting and you can see the scales here. So again I'll click on this conditional formatting and there is this arrow option also. So we can see here when the amount is high, you have this green color higher arrow showing upwards. When the amount is reducing, we have this downwards arrow. When the amount is increasing, this upwards arrow. And when the amount is completely low, we have this red color downwards arrow. So in same way, we can use different type of conditional formatting. And to clear this format, just click on conditional formatting, clear rules from the entire sheet. So these are the basics of conditional formatting. And then I will show you some more conditional formatting here. So in this conditional formatting, top bottom rules, let's check this out. So suppose we want to see the top 10 items in this amount column, select this column, click here conditional formatting and see top 10 items. So the top 10 items will be highlighted in this pink color now. This is one of the options. And same way there are many other options here. So just select this now. So the total count is 366 items here. So if you want to select 10% of this, that is 36.6, that is around 37 items. So if we click top 10, so first let me clear the rules and I will apply the new condition here. Top bottom rule up top 10 items. That is top 10%. So let me filter this out. So as we can see here, 37 items have been selected. That is total how many ever items are there? 10% of those items will be selected. Again, I will clear the rule from the entire sheet. And bottom 10 items. Same way like we saw top 10 item, then we have bottom 10 item. Then above average and below average. So if I select this data now, here in the right side corner, you can see the average. That is 2017.32. This is the average of this amount column. So when I give the formatting here, if I click above average, all the amount above the amount of 2017 will get selected here. Same way if I give the formatting of below average, all the items below 2017 will get selected here. So these are the various features for conditional formatting. So now we will see this next option, format as table. So I will select this entire range and there are various table designs here. So suppose if we click this design and just click OK. So you can see your entire data has got converted into a table design and a new tab has been activated here as table design tab. So now we won't go into detail for this because when we further learn about this insert column, here we have a separate tab for tables. So when we learn this, we will see this options in detail. So now if you want to reconvert this data back into the normal range, just select the data and click on table design and then here you can see convert to range. Just click on this and click OK. So your data has got converted back here to normal. And then you can change the cell style here. There is an option cell style. Just click on this. See, you can see there are various styles here available. So I'll just click on normal. So we have learned the various options in style now. So now we will see this option cells. So under this there are three categories: insert, delete and format. So first let's see this insert option. Now for example, this row number 8 here, if you want to insert an extra row above this, so just select this and then click on this insert button here, then click insert sheet rows. So you can see an extra row has got inserted here. And same way, suppose before this column product, you want to insert an extra column, just select this column, click on this insert, and there is an option insert sheet columns. So when we just click this, a column has got inserted. And now suppose just select this cell and you want to insert an extra cell here. So just click insert cell and you will get an option shift cell right, down, bottom, and same way you can do it. So I have clicked on shift cell right. So this entire thing got shifted to the right. So same way if you want to insert a row or column or insert any new cell, we can use these options. So now here if you see down, there are different Excel sheets. I have named them differently. And if you want to insert an extra sheet over here, one option is just by clicking the plus mark here. If you just click this plus mark, a new sheet will get inserted. Another option is just click here, insert and insert sheet. A new sheet will get inserted. So now we saw the options how to insert column, how to insert a row, how to insert a cell and how to insert a sheet. So same way we can do delete also. So for example, if I have written my name here and I will click here delete. So delete cell, this entire cell will get deleted. Same way there is option delete row, delete column also. So suppose I will select this row and just I will click here delete, delete sheet rows and the entire row has got deleted. Same way you want to, if you want to delete this column. Suppose you want to delete this column, just select the column, click here delete, delete sheet column. So the column has got deleted. And now we have this option delete the entire sheet. So one way to delete the sheet is just click on the sheet, just right click here and here you can see delete option. The sheet has got deleted. One more method to delete the sheet is just click anywhere on the sheet and click here delete and then press delete sheet and the sheet has got deleted. And the next feature that we will see is formatting. So under this basically we have row height, column width. Suppose I will just write here accounting. Let me take a fresh cell. I'll write here accounting. We can just drag and increase this cell size. So the cell size is increased here. Another way is, so you have just selected this cell and click here on formatting and here you can increase the row height. So it is 18. Suppose I give 30. So the row height has increased. And now to increase the column width. This is showing 18.11. Let me put this as 15. So we can see the column width and row height has increased this way using this format option. And the next option is, suppose here again I will write auditing. And suppose this cell size is small, I'll just click here on the formatting and auto fit row height. And then I will click auto fit column width. So automatically this cell has got adjusted to fit the word that I have written here. So auto fit means automatically this will get adjusted. And the next option we have is hide and unhide. So we can hide the rows, hide the columns. So suppose this first row I want to hide. So just select this row and just click here format and then here hide row. So the row has automatically got hidden. And now to unhide it again click here format and then unhide rows. So we can see the row has got unhidden. Same way to hide a column. I will click here and just select here hide columns. So we can see this column has got hidden now. And same way to unhide the column now. So the column got unhidden now. So when there is a large data, at that time this hide and unhide option will be helpful. For example, I just show you here. Here I have an hypothetical employee data. That is the attendance sheet. Hypothetical attendance sheet. So here we have the name of the different employees and this is their designation. And then this is for the month of entire May and P is present and A is absent. So here we are checking for example, this first person, Amit Sharma accountant. So here we can see till here the data is available. But if I want to see for the dates after 15th May, I'll have to keep navigating like this. I'll have to keep going to and forth. So instead of that, let me hide these columns. So I will select the data till 14 May and then I will just click here format and then I will just hide columns and then it will become easier for us to check the data like this. So when we have huge data like this formatting of hide unhide option will be very helpful for us. So let me unhide now. And let's see what other options are available. So we have covered majority of them. Then we have rename sheet. So there are two ways to rename a sheet. So suppose I will open a new sheet here and if I want to rename this, just double click here and you can write whatever you want to write. This is one way. Another way is just click on the sheet, click on this format and rename sheet. You can rename it accounting for example. So I have just renamed this. Then what other option is there? Then move or copy sheet. This is also very important. Suppose this employee data. Suppose this hypothetical employee data, I want to create another copy of this. So what I will do is I will just click here and move or copy sheet. And then I want to create a copy of this. So just I will click create a copy. And if you want to create a copy within the same workbook, here the same workbook name will be there and just you click here move to end and just you click OK, the data will get copied. However, if you want to shift it to another sheet, that also you can do. So one more Excel sheet should be open and here in to book you should click on the drop down and you can click new book option and then the data will move. So currently I am shifting this sheet in this book itself. So I will just click create a copy, move to end and OK. And here we have it. The same sheet has been regenerated here again. Then we have tab color. So this sheet, the name of this sheet is hypothetical employee data. So let's try to change the tab color. Come to tab color and click red. So we can see this hypothetical employee data. The tab color has turned to red now. So now I am changing back the tab color to white again. And now suppose this sheet, just click here, you want to protect the sheet. So you will have to create a password to protect this worksheet and contents of the sheet. So I will just type the password 1234 and OK. So re-enter the password and then click OK. So now this sheet has got locked. Okay. So suppose I want to change the data of this cell. So we cannot make any changes. We'll have to first enter the password to make the changes. So first you'll have to unprotect the sheet. And then only now we can change. So this is the use. In case there is any confidential data and you do not want anyone to make any changes to that data, at that time you can use this option protect sheet. And the last option that we have here is format cells. So this is same as we saw that time. That is the general, number, accounting, currency, the alignment which we have already seen, font style, borders, fill, all this we have seen before itself. So till now we have learnt all the features of clipboard, font, alignment, number, style and cells. So now we will see all the options under editing. So here the first option is auto sum. So here I have some data, candidate names and their marks in different subjects. So under auto sum, the first option is sum. So in case you want the total of all these three columns, you can just click here sum and just press enter. You will get the total of these three columns. And then the next option is average. So if we want the average of these three columns, just click on average and press enter. So now we have got the average. And the third option is count numbers. Just click on this and press enter. So this will show how many columns are there here. So totally 3 are there. So this is the count number option. Next we have the max and min option. So out of the marks in 3 subjects, if you want to know which is the maximum marks, just click here and press enter. So 90 is the maximum marks. Suppose if we change this to 100, this will get automatically updated as 100. And now we will see the minimum option. So out of these three, minimum is 65. So just click here on minimum and press enter, you will get 65. Suppose this was 25, this will automatically get changed to 25. So these are the basic functions under this auto sum option. Now we will see these options under fill. So I will just write some data here. I'll write here accounting and here I'll write audit and here I'll write tax. So one by one we'll see now. So first we have fill down option. So just click here on this accounting, select the cells till where you want the same data and then just click down. So the same data has got copied down here. Then click here and click on the cells above. And then if you want to paste the same data upwards, fill and fill upwards. So the same data will get copied upwards. Next we have fill right. So just click here on the cell and select the cell towards your right. And then click on fill right. Same way you can do for fill left also. Select the cells towards your left and click on this. So we can see the same data has got filled here. So the next option that we'll be seeing here is across worksheets. So here I have a worksheet, hypothetical attendance sheet. And then I have two more sheets, sheet 4 and sheet 5. So if I want the same data to be copied in these two sheets, instead of copy pasting, we can use this option. So if you click here, currently this across worksheet is not activated. So what you'll have to do is, first you'll have to select this data and then you have to press the control button and select sheet number 4 and sheet number 5. And now click on fill and then you can see across worksheets has got activated. So click here. Now you will get three options. One is all. If you click all, the entire content along with the formatting will get copied to both the sheets. If we just click contents, then only the content will get copied to these two sheets, but formats will not get copied. And if we click this last option format, only format will get copied and content will not get copied. So first I will click all. So we can see here now. Let's go to these two sheets. So the entire format and content, everything has got copied. Now again I'll select the data and again I'll click on fill across worksheets. Now I will just select contents. So now let's go to the sheet and check. See, only the content is copied but the format is not copied. Now again we will click fill across worksheets and we'll select only formats. So now we can see only the format is copied but the content has not been copied. So this way you can use move across the worksheet option. So the next option that we'll be seeing is under fill we have this series option. So suppose now we want the counting from 1 to 100. So just type 1 here, then click on fill, select series. So we want the data column wise, so select column here and this will be linear and the step value is 1 and the stop value is 100. So linear means it will be addition 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3 like that. and growth will mean multiplication. So just click OK. And now we can see here that 1 to 100 numbers have already appeared here. Same way we'll try to do for the day now. I'll just write here Monday. And we'll select the cells now. And then click on fill. Then series. And just click autofill. And click OK. So automatically the days have appeared here. Now for month. So suppose I'll write here January. And select the cells now. And then click on fill, series. So we want column wise, just click autofill and OK. So we can see all the months have appeared here. And now we will see table. Suppose we want to see the table of 9. So I'll just write 9 here. And then again I'll click here fill, series. We want the data column wise. And the step value here will be 9 because 9 table as it goes on advancing 9 plus 9 18, 18 plus 9 27 and so on. And the stop value will be 90. So just click OK. You can see here the 9 table has appeared here. Now we will see for date. So here I have taken date 1st July 2025. Suppose we want the dates till 31st July. Let's see how to do this. So just click on fill, series. We want the information column wise and date is already selected here. And then here there are different options whether we want day, weekday. Weekday means only weekday will come and weekends will not appear. Then month means 1st July is there. Next you will get 1st August, then 1st September, so on. Then year means 1st July 2025, then 1st July 2026, then 1st July 2027 and so on. So here I will keep day, that is all the days. And in stop value, I will enter 31st July 2025 and I'll click OK. So we can see all the dates till 31st July has appeared here. So now we will see this option fill, justify. So I have written this data in one cell, accounting and audit. So just I will click on the cell and now I'll click fill and justify. So we can see here accounting is in this cell and the word audit has gone to the next cell. So this feature can be used like this. Now we have this last option left, flash fill. So suppose there are any data like this, which is like any ID number or something, and you want only the second half of this. So when there is large data, this option will be useful. So for the first option, you just copy paste it and then click here fill and just type flash fill. And for the other ID numbers, automatically the data will come same way as you did for the first one. So when huge data is there, this will be very helpful. Then we have clear option. So clear all means all the format and all the data will get cleared. Clear formats means only format from the sheet will get cleared. Clear content means only content will get cleared but the format will remain. And if you have added any hyperlinks, if you want to clear that, you can clear it from here. So the next option that we'll be seeing here is sort and filter. So suppose you have the name of list of employees, for example, and we want to sort it in alphabetical order. So just select the data and click sort A to Z. So we can see the entire data has got sorted A to Z. And the same data you want to sort it Z to A. So just click here. So the entire data has got sorted Z to A now. And now we'll see the filter option. So here I have the hypothetical sales data. So I'll just select this data and click on sort and filter and click on filter here. So the filters have got added. So for example, in this date column, you want to see any particular month. So we can just click here and first you uncheck this select all. And suppose you want to see the data of only April 2023. You'll click here and just select OK. So we can see only April month's data now. Same way in product, if you want to see only Apple, first uncheck this select all and select only the product which you want to see. So we want to see product apple and salesperson. Let's select for example Mr. B. So click on this drop down, uncheck this select all and select Mr. B and click OK. So now we can see the product sold by Mr. B, that is apple. How many apples have been sold by Mr. B? Like this you can apply different filter options also. And then suppose in amount column, if you come here to number filters, just like we did in conditional formatting, you can use different number filters. Equal to, suppose I select equal to 5000. So all the amounts equal to 5000 has appeared here. Same like we saw in conditional formatting, you can do using this filter option also. Does not equal to, greater than, less than, top 10, below, average. So, since same thing we saw in conditional formatting, again I won't show here. You can try this by yourself. And now in case you want to remove these filters, just select the data and click on sort and filter and again click on filter. So now the filter will be gone. So now we will see this option find and select. So suppose you want to find something. So let me take some other data. So let me take this hypothetical employee data. Suppose we want to find the name of employee, suppose Neha. So just click here, find and select. So just find and just type Neha here. So we can see the words with Neha will get highlighted here. And if you want to replace one name with another name, we can do that. So suppose this Amit, we want to change to Sumit. So just replace and replace what? Find what? We'll just write Amit and replace with Sumit. So we'll just write click here. So we'll just click replace all. So we can see one replacement has been made. So Amit Kumar has been renamed to Sumit Kumar. Same way there are different options. So if there is any formula in the sheet, you want to go to the formula, you can click here. If there are any notes in the sheet, if you just click here, it automatically be navigated to that note section. If there is any conditional formatting, if you click here, you will automatically get navigated to that part. Now the last option that we have here is add-in option. So here different types of add-in you can insert within your Excel sheet. So I'll just click here. So there are various add-ins available here. GPT for Excel, Autopilot, Chat GPT for Excel, Python for Excel. Some are free of cost and for some there might be paid plans as well. So there is one add-in here, mini calendar. I will just click on this and we can see here that the June month's calendar has been added here. So we can just click on this arrow and we can navigate the months here. So this brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you found this video informative and useful. And most importantly, I hope you all learned something new in this video. Please like and share the video and also subscribe to my channel. Keep learning and keep growing. I will see you all in the next video.